This is my Sportster 883, or it was my Sportster 883. I bought this a few years ago and I ruined it. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I ruined it and how I'm going to fix it. So, it's not looking so great. She hasn't done for a little while now. I'll be honest with you, she's seen better days. I bought this bike a few years ago and it was completely bog standard. Like, everything was as it came from the factory, except it had Vance and Hines short shots. Now, it did come with this Screaming Eagle intake on it when I bought it. It's obnoxiously large, but at the time I thought it was cool, so I liked it. But as time went on and I've ridden it more and more, I started hating it. So that's getting removed from the new build. So I removed the rear fender almost like a year into owning this bike. I kept it stock for the first year, but what happened was I did a tour around Europe with my dad and I rode it to a bike festival and I seen loads of cool custom bikes. And when I got back, the grinder came out and the back came clean off. And there was no hesitation for it, and I entirely regret it now. One of the things I had to change when I took the back end off it was I had to change the seat from the standard one to a solo Springer seat. Now, granted, at the time I thought it looked really cool, but the ride quality became just abysmal. It was the worst ride I've ever. It was terrible. It was so hard, the seat's not even comfy, and the suspension being as low as it was just equally made the ride rock solid. So as well as changing mostly everything else on the bike, I removed the original bars, the ones that were more like kind of cow bar shape, and I put the drag bars on it, which were significantly wider by I think 3 inches. So that made it much more, you know, wide out and more uncomfortable, I'll be honest with you. Another thing I did as well as that is when I was removing everything else from the bike that made it totally functional was I removed the fork boots from the front, but I just didn't think it looked as cool as it did after I cut them off. And then one other thing I did was I removed the front mudguard from it, so it was purely just wheel, and all the road muck just came up and just hit everything. And it probably ruined the front rectifier. The engine, it's out. It's actually alright, the engine's fine. It was mainly removed because when I was removing the exhaust, the front bolt snapped and sheared clean against the engine casing. So we had to remove the engine to then weld a nut onto it to back the bolt out. When I had the engine out and everything was sort of visible, I started to see the condition of the bike, and the frame, for example, just wasn't quite as nice as it used to be. We can be honest and say that Harley-Davidsons have a reputation for not faring well in rainy climates. And let's be honest, living in bonny Scotland, we don't exactly have the sunniest of climates year round, so this bike has seen the worst weather. I've ridden it in the most torrential rain. Look, overall, the bike itself, yes, it's a bit tarty and it's not quite as nice as it used to be when I first got it, but it's generally in good condition. There's no like frame rust apart from surface rust. Nothing's broken on it. Wheels are straight, forks are straight. Everything is as good as it can be. It's mainly cosmetic issues. Ergonomically, this bike, when it's rebuilt again, will be so much better for riding long distances. Much comfier seat, much more better, bigger suspension. It'll be a bit comfier with the, you know, position you're going to be in. I'm going to bring the controls back to mid controls again and just make it generally better to ride. What I want to do as well is make sure that the line from the front to the back goes well. I don't want it to look stupid. I want it to actually look really nice. I think this build will be interesting. There's a lot of totally new things we're going to do with this, and it's going to have a really cool back end that I haven't actually seen many Sportsters like it. I do want it to look a bit different and not the same as every other build gets done. So I want to try and make it as unique as I can. The paint job on this might be a bit Marmite. People are going to really hate it, or maybe they'll like it. But honestly, it's my bike. I'm going to ride it and I'm going to keep it forever. So I want to paint it the way that I'm going to enjoy it. Whether people like it or not, I don't know, but I'm going to like it. So if you want to follow along and see how the build goes, please subscribe and follow along. I'm going to try and do this in a weekly video, so, you know, it's not stretched out too long. I'm not going to make it huge, long videos either. Just nice, easy to watch videos. I'll try and condense as much as possible. I'll cut out all the boring bits no one wants to see, and we'll make it as exciting as we can. I think it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to doing it, and I think it'll be a really cool project. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.